Welcome to Single Page Saturday Sketch Challenge. I am participating in a sketch challenge with Snips by Kelly and the Snapshots. It's an 8-month challenge, and the first Saturday of each month, we will be taking a sketch from the new 2025-2026 catalog for Stampin' Up, and we will be doing a single page scrapbook page, and we can make a coordinating page if we'd like, and then we will take 2 sketches that's for a card and a tag as well and show you what we've created. So I'm going to show you the process for my scrapbook page today, and I want to introduce this. I can't show you the sketches yet. The catalog is not released till Tuesday, May 6th, so I cannot show you the sketches in the catalog. But if you have your catalog, look at page 24. I'm doing the first card and the first tag sketch that's on page 24, and then I'm doing the sketch that's on page 28. And I've adjusted it a little just to work with the pictures that I have. So I am going to be using Floral Impressions, and I absolutely love this paper. It is an online exclusives, I believe, and I want to show you it. This is my favorite print. Look at all the different colors, and this is the back. This is the one that I'm going to be mostly using in my sketch today, or in my scrapbook layout today. And then this is the next one, and the back. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is featuring a lot of our new colors as well. So you will see the, I gotta learn my colors. Strawberry Slush, the Darling Duckling, the Secret Sea, I believe is in there, some Timid Tiger, just beautiful colors. Here's the third print. Here's the fourth one. Isn't that bright and beautiful and cheerful? There's more of that Strawberry Slush. Oh, love that, love that. And then this, I really like this one. So I will be starting with that very first print. It's my favorite, so I just can't resist. And I've decided I'm gonna start using my favorites instead of just hoarding them. So I'm going to come in with that print, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gut it. And I've done this to some of the other pieces, and I will explain once how I gut it. This one is going to be, I'm going to leave 1.5 inches all the way around, and then I'm going to put some layers on top of it. So since I'm doing 1.5 inches, I am going to put this in at 1.5 inches on my right. Then I'm going to go, and you can see it's at 10.5 right here. Then I'm going to go from 10.5 up to 1.5, and then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and do the exact same thing. 10.5 up to 1.5. And continue on. So this is a brand new challenge, and I'm excited because sometimes I find myself struggling to come up with a reason to do a video, and if I'm in a group that's doing a video, it holds me more accountable. Now, certainly, if one of my subscribers has a request of something or wants to learn how to do something, please reach out. I would love to do something you're looking for. That would give me some great content too, but it just gives me a great excuse. And I always have so many other projects going this way and that way, so sometimes I need to do something a little fun like this. And I'm going to stick this down, just put a little bit of adhesive on here to hold it down. There's some on there already, but I don't know if it's enough to hold it down. I'm gonna make sure I'm kind of letting you see most of what I'm creating, hopefully. And then on this side, I'm just going to put another one that I've gutted. I've actually taken gray granite, and I did 1 inch frame. So I went 1 inch to the right side of my trimmer, and I went 11 to 1 and rotated 11 to 1 4 times. So that one is gray granite. I really, really, really would have loved to have used Secret C. I just don't have enough of all the new papers yet. And then I have a basic white that is 11.5 inch square. So this one on the right is my companion page. That will give it a 1/4 inch all the way around. There we go. And then I have a 10.5 inch square here. If I had done the math right, I probably could have got the inside and used that. But I kind of messed up when I started, actually. I meant to cut a frame and I just started hacking at the gray granite and cut it here and here. So I did not start with my frame, which I should do. So this one, since it's 10.5, it will leave 3/4 of an inch showing all the way around. So please notice your frames do not have to be the same size on each page. They can be different sizes. It'll still look lovely. Okay, and then this one is a 10 inch. I could have got this again, but I did not. So this one is a 10 inch square. It will leave a 1/4 inch all the way around, which mimics this. Do you see that? This inside piece mimics this large piece. Okay, and I've already kind of started on my pictures, and I had 5 pictures of my granddaughters that I wanted to use, and I cut them down and I put some mats with them, and I'm going to do something with a spring theme is what I'm thinking. So my sketch that I cannot show you would have a picture here and a picture here, and then a little banner, and then a strip of paper. That's what the sketch that I can't show you looks like. And it did not have this matted, okay? It just had like a 1 inch, I'm guessing, frame around the outside. So I added the extra mat here, and I'm going to be rotating things. Now, the yellow that you see, I'm making this one larger to kind of feature that picture. And it is called Darling Duckling. This is one of our new in colors for next year, for the next 2 years. And then this is Secret C. And you can see I chopped one of my photo mats out from the inside right there. And I was able to get all of the Secret C mats out of a piece of 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to start putting these together. So this smallest picture is just a little smaller than 3 by 4. And then the photo placeholder, I like to use those as mats. So there's that photo. And then this one. These are my oldest granddaughters. And this feature photo is of Kinsley. She was over the other night when her sister was at soccer practice and pictures. And we just had so much fun playing on the front porch, and she was out there enjoying her time with a little toy that she had, and I snapped a picture. And then when I was going to make a scrapbook layout, I'm like, I just need to do some fun spring pictures. This is Avery out on the front lawn at their house, right at a big tree in their front lawn, and she was just having a snack time with her baby dolls. And then they both had a little picnic and some snacks out on the deck, and I just thought those were so cute and would make great springtime photos. So instead of the layout like this and this, I'm rotating it. So I guess I'm kind of just rotating at 90 degrees is what's happening. And the picture wasn't as prominent as I wanted it. Like the sketch was probably more like this. Well, I would never want to cover up that much of a photo. Just not my preference. So I'm going to stick this down here where it's not covering anything significant. So today, when this is airing, would be National Scrapbook Day. So certainly a day worth celebrating in our community, right? Because we all love to scrapbook and paper craft and make cards. So I am going to be with a bunch of friends on a girls' weekend, crafting away and working on a graduation scrapbook. Are any of you working on a scrapbook for a specific theme right now? I love doing these for graduates, but when it gets to May, it gets a little stressful, doesn't it? So I'm kind of in that stress part of my project. So the time crunch is on, and I figured this weekend would be my perfect chance to make a big headway. I've already got a good start on it, but 3 days of nothing but girl time and scrapbooking. I should be able to make a lot of progress. Hopefully I don't get distracted too much. I think I'm my own worst distraction at times. Okay, so next I need to decide if I want to use some of this. I don't think I like that. I thought about using the inside. Could always turn it. That's always fun. Let's cut this down a little bit. I'm going to cut 1 inch off here and 1 inch off here, and see how this looks in the background. Because I can use that. I think I like that. And that gives me these 2 pieces. So I can bring that back over here. I don't think I'm going to put the additional paper there. Now I'm going to show you something I like to do with this. When I am doing banners, and I don't know why I like to do it, when I am doing banners that are going to hang down like this, I like to fold them over the top. So I like it to literally fold over so it has a little bit of dimension. It kind of sticks up just above the true edge line that we have going on there. And I just like how it looks when they fold over like this. So I think I want it to fold over about like that. So what I'm going to do here is put adhesive on this, tuck it behind, and bring it over, and then under this I'm going to put some of my dimensionals so that it pops up a little bit. I use every bit of these dimensionals, even the border pieces. This is the perfect place to use that. So there's that. And I think I like these. I'm going to want to do a title here. And I think this will give me opportunities for clustering here, here, and here. So that will work well. Okay, to finish up the layout, I'm going to bring in a Stampin' Right. I usually color my ribbon with my Stampin' Blends, but I don't have them in the new colors yet. So I'm going to try it with my Stampin' Right. If it doesn't work, I have plenty more ribbon. So I have the Stampin' Right that is Secret C is what I'm going to try doing this with. I think the Stampin' Blends do a better job of like bleeding through the other side. The Stampin' Blends are an alcohol marker. So that's how they're different. So that's on my list. I just haven't got everything yet from the new catalog, and not all of it was orderable even yet. I don't know if I could even get that yet. I also have the stamp pads, but I'm going to use this on a tag, so I figured I'd try it. Did a pretty good job of coverage. It's not quite as much as the blends. This is a frayed ribbon. It was on Last Chance, and I really stocked up on it because I love it, because it can be any color I want. Ooh, my fingers are getting messy. But I wanted to do this so that it could sit a little bit while I was still working on my page. So there's my frayed ribbon, all colored along with my hands using the Stampin' Right. And I'm going to set this whole thing aside, and I believe, well, let's just see. This should come off pretty easily. Yeah. See how easy that cleans up? That's nice. I'll let that dry a little bit. And you can see I've added some different things around. So I will start adhering some things and then telling you a little bit about what I am doing. So I used some different punches on these. I believe this was a 1-inch punch. It was just one I had in my stash that I stamped these with. And then I think the one below it might be like 3/4 of an inch. And I wanted this to be just a little bit of a cluster up at the top. And then I have clusters down at the two bottom corners, kind of. And I used some of my punches from Stampin' Up. This one was 2 3/8. Trying to get this tucked in enough. I think I want to go between the layers right there. Maybe this one can pop up a little bit. Bring in some dimensionals. And then I have a couple other ones that I cut with that 3/4 inch punch. And I punched them from both sides of that paper. These I'm going to adhere down, swing into spring because she's sitting in that porch swing. And I thought I had more on here. Okay, so this is from Greetings of the Season. It was a tag from Greetings of the Season. And what I'm doing is using the tag sketch that I cannot show you yet to inspire this tag. So this is based on the sketch that I cannot show you yet, just so you know. And that's what I'm going to put that ribbon in as well. So I did use my Spotlight on Nature dies to cut this one. And you know what? I think my glass mat may have picked up the rest of my circles. Yes, I'm like, they disappeared. Where on earth did they go? They were on my glass mat. So again, one of my Stampin' Up punches. This one is 1 3/4 of an inch. And this is all based, I have these in the wrong order. This is all based on the tag sketch that you will see posted in a few days. Or you can look at your catalog on page 24. It's the first tag. And this is maybe a little unique. It had a bunch of circles, and what I did was, for this one, I used just the standard office hole punch, and I backed it with paper that you could see through that matches this paper. And then, ooh, this is still a little wet. I'm going to tie this ribbon on, but I'm going to let that still dry a little bit. It still feels like it's not completely dry. And then I'm going to glue on these letters next. Okay, this is the Strawberry Slush and Pretty and Pink gems. And I'm just going to kind of scatter them willy-nilly around my layout. see if I can't loop this behind. And I need to put a short little saying on the front because there was a sentiment, or at least it appeared to be, across there. And I think I want to put some dimensionals underneath these. Put those down, and I'm going to glue this ribbon. Yeah, I think I'm going to glue that into place. Maybe shorten it up just a hair. Perfect. And then tack it down a little bit, just to kind of hold it in place. Perfect. You know, I think I want some of those cute little gems sprinkled around here too. So I need a sentiment there. I brought in the Charming Duck Pond and the new Secret Sea stampin' pad, and I stamped "You Make Me Happy," and I mounted that on the tag. So on this layout, you have the single page Saturday sketch, which for the layout is here. And then you have the tag. This was the tag sketch. And you still need to see the card. Okay, so the card sketch actually went like this way with this, had something here, and had something come across like this. So tag, circle, sentiment. And I am going to be switching it up a little bit, the orientation. And I'm going to make it a landscape card. And I'm putting on my cardstock that's Darling Duckling. And then I'm adding Strawberry Slush. And I switched the orientation because of the direction of the DSP that I had. And this, again, is from the Floral Impressions DSP. And yes, I punched one of my little circles out of that, but I'm going to cover that up with this tag. And I'm going to use some of my Natural Tones linen thread. You know that I love this and I use it on like everything. This tag was die cut from Greetings of the Seasons. They had a bunch of tags in there, which I absolutely loved. And if you followed my recommendations last fall, you've seen that I have totally got my money's worth out of this one. It's a great investment set. I don't even think they have it still on Last Chance. If they have it, you gotta grab it. I grab it all the time. I use it constantly. Okay, so this will go here. I will put it down in a minute, but let's build on it first. I have a Darling Duckling circle that I cut from my hole punch. It isn't quite 100% round, but I'm going to cover that part up so it'll be all right. And then I have a sentiment that I'm building up. I pulled out a sentiment from an ephemera pack. It does not match our colors directly at all, but there is so much going on in this paper pack that I think it works. Like this actually matches kind of what's in here. The blues, we have so many shades of blues in there. I think I can pull it off. There's enough that it'll just work. And then I'm going to actually take my strawberry slush Stampin' Up and just do a bunch of dots going around this circle. It's almost too big compared to what I punched out to put in the middle. So in order to compensate for that, I'm going to do these dots because they kind of emulate what's in the die cut going around the outside of the die. I think that'll work. So this is going to come out from here, but I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put this little pink, I don't know what it is, pansy of some sort, maybe. Put that, can you see how that kind of filled it in? It does not look as plain now. And then I will make this kind of come out here. And then I had some other ones to go like around the card that I wanted to put here and there. So let's see. First, let's pop up this tag. Well, do we want some more on here? Maybe one up. Yeah. We'll add more circles than they had on the sketch. They had a bunch of little tiny ones. So for those tiny ones, what I think I want are, I did a hole punch and just did some there. So that's what we'll use for the tiny ones. I have a bunch of these short strips that I had cut from something else that I never used up. So we'll use some of those up. And then I have some of these tiny ones and I want to place them here and there, but I also want to bring in a few of the gems, I think, too. And then bring in some of these as well. And some of these I think can go right on top. So there we go. There's your card. I hope you have enjoyed this first Saturday sketch challenge, and you'll check back the first Saturday of every month for the next 8 months to see the rest of the ones I'm going to create. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more crafty inspiration.